what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Ask Us Anything podcast. We have our great friends, Brett and Shibby from Realm today on the show. But first, we have some sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Blood Brothers 2. It's an action-packed dark fantasy RPG available for free right now on Apple and Android devices.
Blood Brothers 2 immerses players in a deep RPG experience set in Arnasha, a world which has been thrown into a state of chaos and war. Amazing art style, storytelling, and RPG mechanics sets Blood Brothers 2 apart from other RPG mobile games.
It also offers a limitless amount of choices to customize your army and story to shape your gameplay experience, including a player versus player or PvP mode that allows you to team up with your friends.
So check out bloodbrothers2.com, that's the number 2, for more information. Visit the App Store or Google Play now to download Blood Brothers 2 for free. Join in weekly events to choose your fate and determine the flow of the game's story. Now let's get into the show, you guys. It's a good one. All right, guys, welcome back to another ETC AUA podcast. It's Ask Us Anything. We have some very special guests today, someone that's very close to my heart, Brett Hundar Hundley.
I thought this was called AMA. This is AU.
Shut the fuck up. We can't keep talking about this.
It's AUA now.
You're our big celebrities this week. How does it feel?
I'm a big celebrity.
And
Shibby's here too.
Shibby's here too.
2142.
Is that the number?
Is that the right year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where did that number come from?
Easy.
Are we getting right into it right now?
Is that one of the questions?
Let's begin our podcast with a long anecdote.
Let's start this off with the reason you guys are here, aside from being our best friends at the company that are left. We are going head to head. We are going head to head against you guys in AFK on this season.
Well, what is AFK, Ricky?
Away from keyboard.
It's away from keyboard, but I think it used to be a different thing. But now it's us.
It used to be a different thing.
Completely different.
I will not be playing the keyboards at all during this trip.
There's no keyboard for me to get away from. I'm just doing normal things in this. No, but I don't think we're allowed to say it, but we're going to PAX and we're going to be filming some stuff with you guys.
Cold stuff.
And as of today, you helped me co-host the gaming show that we're going to cancel.
Tugs.
Yeah.
So
would that be up by now or no?
No. Yeah, it'll be up by now. If it goes up, we'll see.
Maybe.
But
it's going to be like Legends of the Hidden Temple, but we're on opposite teams.
Yes.
You're the Silver Jaguars and we're the Purple Monkeys.
Absolutely.
But as far as PAX East, if you guys see us there, feel free to say hey.
This will be up after PAX.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Never mind that.
So if I saw you,
Yeah.
hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Let's get into it. Obviously, we always pull these questions from our subreddit. I think we got some from Twitter this time as well.
Sweet.
I threw one Twitter question in there for Johnny Come Lately, who threw a question in on Twitter.
Good.
Okay.
You want to start it off, Elliot?
Yeah, let me find a good starting point. Okay, here's one we can all answer. Ricky Rally asks, what is the LA 9 to 5 lifestyle like for you guys?
Hookers, cocaine, and Hollywood parties.
This
How
isn't
about you?
Inside Gaming Q&A. The answers are serious.
Serious questions? No, I don't want. Okay, I don't know. Let's let one of the guests start off
Why do
first.
we have to
You work out. You get up at 6 a.m. and work out.
I get up at 6:30 every morning.
Jesus.
I go to the gym. I work out for typically an hour. Hey, this is unrelated. I come to work, and then at some point during the day, I go across the street to the place that's called Got Muscle, and I always buy stuff. And today they gave me something called Swole Cakes.
Oh, okay,
what?
good.
It's like a cupcake.
Are they like weed cakes?
They're like weed cakes for your muscles, Ricky.
Okay. Can you open it away from the microphone?
And you
just added 15 minutes to this episode.
No, it's like a protein cupcake. I've never seen this before. That was funny. I brought it for someone to try.
Can you just
I'll eat it.
Can you just put
eat
peanut butter on top of it and give it protein?
I've already eaten one. It was delicious.
He put protein peanut butter on the one that.
Well,
he
listen,
had.
we already have sales integrations with the show, so put your fucking. cupcake
Anyways,
away.
I don't know. What do they think the 9 to 5 is? You get.
I don't
up,
know.
You go to work. It's.
I would
You
say
see
like
10 or 20 movie stars
Yeah,
just
movie stars all
like
the
walking
time.
around the
Oh,
city.
yeah.
I'd say from 9 to 5, I'm at the office.
Yeah, it's before and after that the somewhat either completely boring or super interesting stuff happens.
Yeah.
It's
Literally-
mostly extremely boring.
You're here way later than 5.
Yeah,
Usually.
we're usually here till 7:30.
Didn't you
Yeah.
sleep here on
8.
Sunday or something?
I've never slept here, but I've come close.
Yeah, I've slept here. I've
slept
gotten way
here.
too drunk to drive home and
Yeah,
slept.
absolutely.
I've not slept here.
Good for you.
Taking naps, though.
We do have a couch in our office for that
It's the
specific.
casting couch though. It's
Yeah,
covered
we
in semen.
mostly use it to fuck chicks that we promise jobs to, but don't have a job
No.
for.
Speaking of
But-
the LA 9 to 5, it's just lots of sex,
Yeah. Pretty
lots of
accurate.
broken promises.
Yeah.
I'd say it's more like a LA lifestyle is more like a 6:30 a.m. to 1 or 2 a.m. lifestyle.
So you never sleep.
No, you sleep a couple hours.
You got to get up early and work on that bod, then you got to stay up all night at the club. That's the LA lifestyle.
On the weekdays mainly, I'll like maybe go to a comedy show once a week, but it's usually going home and playing video games, I guess. But yeah, the work I guess pretty much starts at 8 a.m. or actually 7:30 if you count driving to work.
Yeah.
Maybe actually 7 if you count driving to work. So anyways, from about 7 to about 8 at night is pretty much work.
Yeah, I'd say the only like unique thing about the LA 9 to 5 is how much driving
Actually is,
involved
yeah.
in it, and it's not just like I understand if you live in a suburb and you drive into the city, it's like okay, that's distance, but like literally every day I drive to work is a different route because there's so many fucking variables that can go wrong,
like the Oscars.
Yeah. So yeah, that's I would love to not
But
have
the
to put that much
weekends,
thought
the
into it.
weekends here are great. There's tons of stuff to do always. Your driving distance to the beach, to the mountains. It's a great place to spend your weekends if you get those.
Well, we're talking 9 to 5, not
I know, that's what I'm
You
saying.
also live like across the city from.
No, he just lives across the 101. That is not across
What area
the
do you live
It's got to be
in?
5 miles.
I mean, it's far.
It's not more than 5 or 6 miles.
I live in the Echo Park historic Filipino town, Westlake,
MacArthur
like
Park.
middle ground area,
Yeah.
and yeah. So
Which
I-
here is it's a drive.
Because for
I-
me,
But it's maybe 5 miles.
I live. Well, I mean, yeah, but that means nothing here.
I know, that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
your commute's pretty easy, Brett.
I live like 5 minutes away.
Yeah, I used to live
It
by
just
you.
depends on where you live.
Now I live in the Hollywood Bowl over by Joel.
you
and
live
it's
in the Hollywood Bowl,
Yeah.
close.
like
And
the
it-
Phantom of the Hollywood Bowl.
It's basically like I have Google Maps going before work and after to figure out what routes there are because there's so many options and like none of them are ever that great.
All right, let's get away from this regional talk that no one cares about.
It was a bad first question.
let's
I
see
take
here.
Cahuenga to Beverly Glen and then I get out of there. That's an SNL joke.
Yeah. Wild Hog 7700 asks, what was the most embarrassing thing you did around a crush you had when you were younger? I guess maybe involving the crush, possibly? I don't know.
I was just mostly just terrified of girls
Yeah.
who I had crushes on who had crushes on me.
Yeah.
I would go out of my way to avoid them.
yeah.
So that's pretty embarrassing.
Too much pressure.
Knowing all that underage ass I could have been not getting.
yeah.
Say for me, elementary school, I was chasing this guy who liked this girl. Hold on. Through the playground or whatever, and I was really
Shibby was cruising the
cruising for dudes. No, and,
Getting pretty high on that swing there.
I ended up running into a pole and chipping my front tooth at some point.
What kind of pole?
Just an orange pole, just playground.
Big
just
old phallic,
big old
skin
dick.
tone pole.
Chipped my tooth going really hard at it.
Rocky, please.
Yeah, so that
Anyways.
was embarrassing and that really sucked, and that was over a female.
How about you, Brett?
Wow.
You always been a ladies' man?
I'm like I would never put myself in a position where I could embarrass myself in front of a crush because I would be terrified to even enter that proximity. So I don't have any stories. I don't
I don't
remember
like.
anything.
This was high school though, but like, yeah, elementary school not really, but middle school not really either. The first time I ever heard of like something sexual was in middle school. Like there was this rumor going around that this girl put Hershey syrup on this guy's dick and sucked it off, and we were all like, "What? That's fucking crazy! Why would you do that?" And so that was like, I don't know. We didn't have the internet really back then, so it was kind of you had to figure it out on your own, like finding porno and stuff like that. But I think the most
really,
embarrassing.
why would you do that?
The most
It's-
embarrassing thing was like I skipped school one day and took the bus, like an hour. I had this crush on this girl, and it was like an hour away. By the bus ride, it was not that far. Like just if you
A
had
school
car.
bus or a regular bus?
No, like a public bus.
Oh.
The whole way there, I spent writing, like pouring my heart out onto the page, like writing a note of like this complete like love letter, like this is the day. Like I planted my feet and was like, I'm gonna go give this to this girl.
Yeah.
And I went all the way there, got off the bus, surprised her at her school because she obviously didn't know I was coming. Like showed up at their lunch hour and was like, hey, I just wanted to give you this in person. And then like.
And then she got a restraining order.
No, yeah, I didn't pay it out. She was just like, you're really nice. The whole, yeah. So that was real cringy.
You skipped school to go to her school?
Yeah.
That's pretty baller.
Yeah, it is pretty baller.
As I was
A
impressed
for
with
effort.
Yeah.
But that's it. She just said no, and I moved on.
That's good.
You're not still upset.
No, yeah, no, it drives me nuts every day
Still
thinking about what
jaded.
could have been. I'm so happy. Looking back, I'm so fucking happy that I was never in a relationship when I was in my, I'd say from high school to when I left at 19, because I'd probably still be in Florida doing something terrible, like working at Applebee's or something. Not that those jobs are bad, but you don't want to be 30 and working at Applebee's.
That would have cut into
Sorry,
my gaming
30-year-old
time.
Applebee's
Yes,
workers
absolutely.
watching this.
Hopefully
Hopefully you're a
watching
manager and not a host or something, but
Do you remember her name?
oh god, yeah, I could, if I thought about it, I could remember it.
Jennifer?
No,
Brittany?
no, it was
Natalie?
something unique. She was a unique flower.
Wow. Did you put that in the letter?
Annalisa?
I'm sure.
That was the opening one.
I think it was something with a K. I don't know.
Katrina?
Yes.
Khaleesi?
Yeah. Yeah, it was Khaleesi.
Either
I think it was
Katrina or Khaleesi.
I can't remember. It
Can't
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I think she's on Facebook.
It does
I'll
matter.
find
We
her
gotta
later.
find her on
today.
Facebook, yeah.
Let her know that I put my heart on the on my sleeve
Hey,
again.
babe.
Ellie,
Made the wrong
talk-
decision.
You
talk
had your
about doing a
chance,
podcast.
baby. Look at me now.
All right.
Hosting a podcast.
Why don't you read the next one, Brett? Just pick one on that page and read it.
Okay. Toby Maguire's Tears asks, describe your first day at Machinima. What was it like?
I don't know. What was my first day?
Can we get the timelines of how long everyone's been here?
Okay, my first day technically was September 2010, and I was just freelancing. But I guess my first actual day, it's just awkward. Like you're going to your first day of school, or you're going to your any job. You're like, I don't know anyone here really,
Yeah.
or you know one person or two people, and you're like, but you're not in their area, so you're like, oh fuck, my safety net's gone.
Yeah.
This is just weird, and you're kind of sitting there like, I don't know what to do. Because no one's really telling me what to do. I know that what my job title is, but
You don't really have responsibilities.
yeah,
yet.
there's no day-to-day like we have now where it's like I know what I'm going to come in and do all day.
You were working with like.
I was
Michael
working on
Paglioni?
product. I was running the Respawn Army app.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my
anyone
first.
remembers that.
I remember that, yeah.
Those vids are still up there. That's
Yeah.
the beauty of the internet is all of Machinima's
Yeah, go watch
past
the
mistakes
Respawn
are
Army.
just still there.
Respawn Army videos.
All the annotations that have been from thousands of different
Watch
initiatives.
Bite Me Season 1 now.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's how you found Germa, right?
Yeah.
Like through Respawn.
Yeah. Lots of XRPMX, Germa, Minnesota Burns. There was a ton of people that got huge off of Respawn Army. Hey,
That was
Thanks,
just
Respawn Army.
and I don't get any of the fucking residuals, RPMX. He posted a picture today riding a jet ski around the bay, and I'm sitting here talking with these fucking assholes.
Well,
What a life.
you know,
Maybe you
some
should have
people
stayed
are
at
talented
Applebee's.
and some people facilitate talent.
Yeah, exactly. But usually people that facilitate talent get a percentage of the talent they facilitate. Anyways, I'm bitter. How was your first
What about
day?
you, Brett?
Oof. I don't really remember the exact first day. I remember when they were starting Realm as a channel, they were like, you gotta come in, we're looking for this, and I was like unemployed between seasons on Deadliest Warrior, waiting for it to start, out of money, couldn't afford a haircut, just sitting around.
Not much has changed.
Not much has changed.
You look like Scarlett Johansson except black hair.
Thanks. So I remember though that they were having us do these series of camera tests, and Joel Rubin, I came in, they were like, okay, we're gonna do camera tests today, and then they're like, these are the two guys that are also doing camera tests. Both of them look like they already hated their lives. There was Joel Rubin, who I was like, this guy looks like kind of like Orlando Bloom, all right? He could be a problem on camera. And then I remember Ian Beckman, who was already like ground down under the wheels of like the Respawn bus, just came out of some office and was like, ugh. And then we had to do a screen test. And I thought I was competing against them, but we all ended up on the show. So it was just very weird. We were reading like fake theoretical like news headlines like, oh, EVE Online adds dragons. Blah, just
And
to,
now
like,
you think you're the shit.
now I know I'm the shit, Ricky.
Good.
And
We
that's
all
the
know we're the
difference
shit.
between me.
We're all the shit, everyone.
Why don't you do the Realm news show anymore?
Well, I thought Inside Gaming would be around forever.
Well,
My bad.
technically it is. But we'll talk about that on camera.
I guess for me it was Valentine's Day of 2012.
Sexy.
And that was, I was really excited to come
You
in. and-
were a YouTuber before. I don't think any of us were actual YouTubers.
Yeah, so I did YouTube full time for about half a year after I graduated college, looking for a real job,
Yeah.
quote unquote.
Yeah, but you did a real good job of looking.
You
while
were
you-
a major in.
biology.
Oh, great.
Oh.
Yeah.
You could be out saving the world right now.
We'll see.
I'm sure you've forgotten everything.
It was basically I was really excited to get my laptop and set up my Gmail and my bookmarks and stuff. I was sitting by Fred and Rachel from Social back in the day, and then I remember two things would be going outside with Rishi. He was like smoking and just going over like objectives for recruitment. I was like brought in to recruit YouTube talent, kind of like myself, just kind of looking
Yeah,
for
I did
other.
that for a hot minute.
Yeah, we
It was
worked together. That
terrible.
was fun.
That was terrible.
Doing Google spreadsheets and all that.
What a fucking garbage job.
But then, anyways, after
Not to marginalize anyone that does it currently, but it is not fun at all.
Ricky shitting on every job.
It is not fun. Some people fucking love it. It wasn't in the cards for me to be a talent scout or something. I literally did it to facilitate a job in production because it wasn't there at the time.
I enjoyed it when it was smaller numbers looking for bigger fish, like people and like developing that relationship. But now it's just automated or just throwing just thousands of people a week or whatever. Like that's you
no fun in
you
that.
don't develop those relationships anymore.
Yeah, but the thing I hated the most about it was like I had to get on the phone and like pitch stuff to people, like fucking Jerry Maguire. I've never done that, and I'm not good at it. And then you have like
Wolf
these
of
big,
Wall Street, yeah.
big like contracts that are potentially big contracts, and people that you're helping them achieve their life goals.
In perpetuity.
It used to be perpetuity. Actually, that was done by the time I even got in there. That was like when people bring that up, that's like so
very
fucking
old.
old. But anyways, yeah, it's like I am not the person for this, and you had a bad idea making me do it.
Baby, we're gonna make buku bucks together.
Yeah.
And then after work, we went over to Barney's right next door, and Fwiz was buying Patron shots. I just remember being old Machinima was more like a party. Like everyone was
Yes,
cool,
yeah.
and we'd go out and drink, and First Fridays. But now it's totally different, which we can talk about later in the show.
We don't have to talk about
we
it.
turn the
can't talk about it
cameras
ever.
off is what
But
we
yeah,
mean.
that was my first day. I definitely remember it pretty brightly. So
I've had a lot of first days. The first day being, I was brought in. My friend Natalie called me up and ssaid, "Hey, can you come in to do a job interview or something for like a assistant editing thing?" And I was like, "Sure, I'm not working. Come in." Turns out that was Machinima back at the old location over in Hollywood. They were staffing for Terminator Salvation, the Machinima series,
Yeah.
which was like their first big sort of attempt at a major
Production.
IP
Premium
integration. Yeah,
content.
premium content.
it's a big buzzword these days.
So I was basically brought in to just take all the footage they were capturing in the game and then trim it up and like QC it and export it into a format that they could use in Avid. And apparently whoever had been doing that for the week prior wasn't cutting the muster with literally taking footage and converting it. So they fired that guy and needed me to come in ASAP. So I started working immediately. And my general impression was like, what the fuck is Machinima? Like actual Machinima. I'd never, the concept was completely foreign to me.
No.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck are they capturing this in a video game?
Yeah.
This looks like shit.
Well, I knew about like
Yeah.
Red versus Blue. I
Halo
think-
characters bobbing up and down with pistols out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I had seen Red versus Blue, but this was like serious.
Yeah.
And it's still out there. No, actually, nope. They took it off YouTube so they could sell DVDs. Someone has a DVD of this somewhere.
Great.
So yeah, that was my first impression. I was working under two Swedish dudes that they had brought in, who had worked on the actual game, like at the developer in Sweden. They had flown them to LA to direct the project. So I'm working with these two really moody, bizarre Swedish dudes and just a bunch of other people who hated this whole fucking shit show of a job. So that ended.
Hold on, wait, there's a motorcycle going by.
I
This
got
is
on my
really
motorcycle. No, I don't ride a
Nothing but the
motorcycle.
best.
So then after that, it was like I would be brought in every like 2 months or so to work on some limited engagement project. And I was like, okay, there's more people here. Okay, there's way different things happening than there were last time.
Yeah.
And then eventually, I guess my first day at ETC, I don't even remember.
Yeah. Then your real first day was last year because you weren't an actual employee till June.
That's right. My first day was like June 1st, 2014.
Yeah, technically.
When I was
first day.
officially recognized as a human being
Yeah.
and not a tool that you could pull out of your backpack anytime you needed it.
Yeah. Ugh. All right. Well, Shibby, you want to take
Yeah,
a random one?
I got a directed one.
Can I eat this? Am I allowed to do
Yeah,
this?
get swole.
Yeah, just don't eat it into the microphone.
Just want to get swole, guys.
Here, let's get this out of here.
Thank you. Okay.
For the people that are just listening to this, Brett has just pulled
He's
a cupcake
unwrapping
out
the
of-
It's a
cupcake.
chocolate swole cake. There is chocolate frosting.
What
on
makes
the
it a
top.
swole cake? Is there
protein.
creatine
There
inside
are
it?
15 grams of protein.
15 grams of
And
creatine?
and protein.
Oh, and protein.
I don't know how much creatine is in this.
Probably a lot.
Just fucking eat it.
Oh, frosting first. Interesting
Oh,
choice.
that's gonna be disgusting.
Anyways, Shibby, read the question.
All right, this one, unfortunate timing, is directed at Hundar from Albanuzzi. Why did you lose your epic beard?
What? He still has a beard.
No, he had
No,
an epic
it used to
beard,
be
though.
like
Yeah.
Garrettson.
Yeah.
I think because you wanted to see the muscle form on your face. Am I answering that correctly?
The only reason I ever even grew a beard in the first place here was because when Realm started, they sort of opened the floodgates of Respawn into Realm. We ran post rolls back in
Yeah.
the day and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And they just basically shit all over us all day. It was like you had a room full of angry, borderline, it's hard to describe. A bunch of just angry jocks who are like almost gay obsessed with all of their Call of Duty shooters, but also like hate those feelings they inspire and want to go beat up a bunch of nerds. And it's like, hey, here's a bunch of nerds who love World of Warcraft, and they just poured the fuck in and shit on everything like locusts. And so to maintain some sense of order, I stopped shaving and slowly grew a beard, and then started yelling at people in the comments like, "Hey, fuck you! Who the fuck are you? I'll kill you!
I can grow a beard, you
little fuck!"
Yeah.
And you just had to it was like the Wild West, and so that out of that authority,
It was like a prison beard.
Yeah, it was like a prison beard. And
So you don't get raped in prison.
it's a frontier beard. It was a lot of things.
Don't fuck with that guy. He probably chops wood in his free time.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't even have a face under there.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not a fist.
You just had. You just had to have some authority, and then anyways, I had it for like a long time, and then one day I was kind of like, I should shave, and I was like, ooh, I don't know what my face looks like under this anymore, and I was like scared to shave, and I was like, all right, I can't be scared of like what my own face looks like. This beard has been here too long, and I shaved it, but it's nothing.
Did
it's
you
here.
save the hair?
No, I didn't.
You did donate it to Locks of Love for kids that don't have beards.
Just glue it onto their face.
What if I bought your beard? Had it surgically implanted on my face. That'd be
Pretty
great.
good.
You
was a
could have
pretty
turned that
dark
into
story.
a giveaway.
Yeah.
Well, look, you ask a question, you get the answer.
Yeah.
But the beard, I mean, like you can grow a beard. I can grow a beard
So
anytime I want to grow a
what's
beard.
the respawn troll situation like these days?
Well, you'd have to ask the gaping crater where Respawn used to go. Just
that's right.
Peer into it and be like, "Are there any fuckboys still in the comments?" No. Okay.
Well, to be
Where's
fair,
Sark? And it was like the last whisper. It's like the Death Star powered up to fire on Respawn. Someone went, "Where's Hart? Where's Hutchinson in it?" Just cut them off at once.
Yeah.
to be fair though, like back then that was like 2010, 2011.
yeah.
Fucking FPS games were
Huge.
huge.
It was the biggest thing to play.
everything. And then since then, now MOBAs are everything.
People realize that it's more fun to play an actual game than
Yeah.
to
So you
fire
guys
at
won.
people. Yeah.
You won.
You guys played the long con.
We
Gotcha,
could segue
fuckers.
right here. That there's another question from
Oh, look at you, host.
Who do you think you are?
Go ahead.
Can You Quack 47? Why do you think that MOBAs have blown up so quickly? If there was one game that you could make a MOBA spin-off, what would it be? So, I mean, I could answer if you guys want to.
Please
I
do,
think
because I
MOBAs
am
have-
not qualified.
MOBAs have blown up, I think, because they were a kind of new way to play an RPG, and I think it was an entertaining way. And I thought, like, I got into League of Legends, and I thought I had a blast. And for my second answer of that, which one would you like to see turn into a MOBA spinoff? World of Warcraft, which they've done with Heroes of the Storm, and I think that game's a ton of fun.
So my answer for this is people really enjoyed shooters, which are kind of falling off the wayside, and then MMOs like Warcraft were monstrous, like the biggest game played in the world. You also have like EVE Online, RTS,
Yeah.
you know, grand,
StarCraft.
not quite grand strategy, but just huge worlds.
Yeah.
And now you've taken that and you get that experience now in a MOBA where it's a 20, 30, 40-minute session where you can play your hero, level up, buy your items, you know, be the position you want to tank, DPS, healer, you can do that in those quick play sessions. And if it didn't go well or you didn't like her, you don't like your person, you can just switch next game. So you can get that MMO experience in a MOBA just really quick. People like sitting down, people don't have as much time to play anymore. So I think you're getting that really
It's
huge.
a very distilled, light version of it.
And it's a
but it
sports
doesn't cost
version
you a whole-
of an RPG. It's like there's the whole esports aspect of it. The fact that League of Legends has blown up, Dota's blown up into actual sporting events that.
Yeah, I mean, Smite's first World Finals was $2.6 million, which was the biggest in esports history.
Meanwhile,
so far.
these fucking COD guys are over here getting 10 grand for everything.
Yeah.
Talk shit about it. Talk shit about them, Shibby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways.
I have nothing against Call of Duty. It's
No,
just,
I don't either.
know. It's just a very arcadey shooter. I'm
Yeah.
more of a Battlefield guy. I don't know. That's where my. That's where
I've been playing
that's
Battlefield 4 a lot
That's
recently.
where 2142 in my name comes from. Is Battlefield
Oh,
2142.
yeah, I remember that game.
Which is still the best in the franchise. And when I was making my YouTube name in 2007, Shibby was my gamer name. Give it to me from Dude, Where's My Car? Ashton Kutcher, Sean William Scott movie in
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers
So I'm
that
like,
movie.
oh, so that's my gamer name. Like, I just want youtube.com/Shibby, and it was taken. I'm like, well, fuck. What other people usually do? They put numbers. Like, I'm not putting my birthday year. Like, that's dumb. So I'm like, 2142. So
Why
that's
not, like,
Shibby 93.
Shibby Leak.
69, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where
In the
that
summer
comes
of
from.
'69, Shibby was born.
Numbers after names is actually the worst impulse you could have followed, so it's lucky you navigated that.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, at
actually
least it
wasn't
makes
retarded.
sense.
Well, it could have been worse. Like, I look at some YouTube names like.
The Hutch still just like Sean
something, or like Seamus's name is something. It's like SSOPKC or something.
Very memorable.
Can't answer.
Just
it.
flies off the tongue.
Swole kick's very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, but anyways, I'm glad that mine is, at least I can rep it as a brand. I don't know, I don't really sell merchandise or anything, but
You should.
like that's what I use for my
You
gamer
should sell
stuff.
really tall shoes.
So people can
Okay.
stand up the same height as you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We're gonna need them anytime we have you co-host because today was problematic.
Yeah.
And as far as a MOBA spinoff, I don't know. I have to kind of chew on that one. Do you have an answer for that one, Brett?
What's the question? I'm sorry.
Why did MOBAs blow up so quickly? And it's,
The second part?
if you could make a spinoff of MOBA.
Lester
MOBA
had a
MOBA
great
spin-off of
Yeah.
an existing IP.
property. Yeah,
Sure.
Lester had a great one online today. He wants to turn Gundam into a MOBA. Or,
Oh.
so that would be,
Yeah, I'd say that's a good one. Zoids. It's a show I liked when I was a kid where there's like humans and they'd go inside their robots and then they could go into their like command ship and they could put like the wings on the tiger so
What do you
it's
think
faster.
about a Star Wars MOBA there, Shibby?
Yeah.
You know it's going to happen.
It has to.
I'm excited for Battlefront for talk about games. We'll see. But I don't know.
I don't want to see anything spin off into MOBAs. There's already too much shit.
Okay, next question. Why can't I find it? Oh, next question. Strange Pineapple asks, have you ever just had no idea what to put on your channel? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But I want to hear you guys, the
God.
guests.
I'd say if you want to kick off the first half and I'll talk about the second part.
Well, especially on YouTube.
You guys planned this answer out?
No.
You gonna tag team it?
But I have like
Tag team
I have
of
a
life.
critical moment where Realm was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Realm has changed so much. It's like it started off, it was kind of like World of Warcraft, StarCraft, and whatever.
Some Skyrim. I used to submit Skyrim content to Realm.
Yeah, I made Skyrim videos too. It was for a while. It was very RPG focused. Then there was this whole shift into Minecraft, the personal bane of my existence, where it just took over. It just absolutely took over all of our franchises. I did Battle Heaven, which was just, and it
I
ran-
love that. I was involved in that. That
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun for a while, and then it's like you live in one game for so long. It's just like, ugh.
It was high concept shows like Battle Heaven, and then lower concept shows talking about naked high school stories, and it's like really any common denominator. It's
Yeah, anything went as long
Just
as it was you could tie it
Minecraft.
into Minecraft.
Just
Yeah, because it just
punching a tree.
It just did better than everything, and then the segue into the League of Legends thing. But go ahead.
I'd say September 2013, where it was 50% Minecraft, League of Legends. We only had so much budget to spend on content, so much manpower, and we just said, okay, we're making the switch. You know, we were working with Rage Gaming for the what was it? His show, Minecraft Quick Build Challenge. Then we decided to cut that off, even though it was the best performing show we had. Really, at the time, we're second best, and it was just we
You
wanted
can't
to
live.
hated
You can't live in
Minecraft
the middle.
that much.
Yeah. Well, I was like,
Yeah, we
could do
did-
something
we just-
else.
We just had to make decisions and just double down, and the league's been doing extremely well for us. And, like we
I'll
don't
say-
we don't hate the game. That's the nice thing. It's like we actually like it
Yeah.
and play it, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the channel like just strictly LOL now?
Pretty much. Well,
we don't do any like
we play
Warcraft
some
stuff or
We play some Smite. We do some stuff occasionally, like we did Vainglory, which is like a mobile, like a MOBA. It's strictly MOBAs pretty much right now, but we do occasionally do fun stuff. Like we
Yeah, I
could do
did,
Warcraft. I thought
I
it
did
would do
Lichdom
well.
Battle Mage.
Lichdom, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll mix it up, but League is the bread and butter by just even beyond.
Yeah, if we could pick, we'd do more variety of just us in the future, and then still have everyone's favorite shows. For
but you're
League.
only two human males, and you
Right.
can only do so much.
Yeah, I'll only be working here.
Speaking
so much
of only be
longer.
able to do so much,
Yeah, so we pretty much once a week have to like
figure something
at
out.
least once
Yeah.
a week. We're just like, well,
But I think like
I don't know what the fuck we're gonna talk about today, and then we take all these little tidbits of knowledge and information out there on the internet, and we scrape them together and roll them up into a little knowledge joint,
smoke them on Saturdays.
and something happens. It's sometimes it's really hard. It's just like, well, literally nothing happened.
Nothing happened today. Yeah, like, that's always been the challenge, especially with our channel. Once we took it over, is I'll admit, like the ETC channel years ago was just a dumping ground for content that couldn't really live anywhere else. They would put trailers on it and stuff like that, and then it got kind of a programming strategy with some of the old guard that was in, where like the Fluless type stuff.
Yeah.
But I thoroughly enjoyed that stuff.
I
but
loved
you
what the
can't-
Flula.
But the way that the channel kind of thrived is becoming personality based, and back then it was like there was 7 different things on it, so if you liked one thing and didn't like the other thing, you weren't going to subscribe and stick around. You'd
Right.
pop in for
There was
the
no
Flula
singular
video.
voice.
Yeah, and so when we kind of like took over, it was like, what are we going to do with this? And so we initially started doing kind of like news, but in the form of infotainment, kind of like.
Basically started doing list videos because
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
like, all right, well, we don't know what exactly we even want to do, but lists do well, and we hate them, but there might be a way to do this that isn't terrible.
Well, yeah, and we tried to do it in a way that you were getting information out of it. Like when we
Yeah.
did like most offensive clothing or something like that. Like that one was a fun one to do because we're researching everything and why it was offensive and why this and why that. And instead of just being like, you know, a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, this. It's
Yeah.
there was really never any number kind of thing attached to it. They were lists,
weren't
but we were
ranked.
listing things out. We were not ranking them. So we were just saying like, this is why this is on here and giving actual information about it.
Yeah.
And then towards, I think it was September or something, was when we decided to do, we had all these extra news stories that we weren't putting anywhere. So we decided to just do news dump on Saturdays where the whole week's worth of stuff that had fallen through the cracks would get kind of shuffled into one show. And then there was weekly weird news, because we had kind of been doing something every once in a while like it, where we'd find a weird news story and want to report on it. Tech Tuesday was just a natural thing because we love tech stuff. We didn't really have a place for it, so group them all together and do that show.
Yeah, once we started doing those, it was like, oh, okay, like just because I can't talk about this for more than 30 seconds
doesn't mean I can't put it in the middle of a
Yeah.
story that already exists.
So
I definitely like the style, especially with that offensive clothing episode. It was, here it is, here's some pictures, and here's the story.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like, next topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with those, it was basically it would be a news story that was happening now.
And then
that
launching
didn't-
off
and then
of
okay,
that.
being like, when has this happened before? How can we categorize this
Yeah.
with other things that have happened previously?
I think some of the last ones we did were like the Halloween ones, where it's like, well, let's think about what our favorite, not what the best horror movies are, but what are our favorites and why do we
Yeah.
like them? And that kind of turned into it was still personal to us, but it was also informative to the audience, we thought. And it ended up working out pretty well, and that kind of like what led us into basically reforming it into a topical channel from it being, first off, nothing, then being programmed with stuff that, although it was good,
very schizophrenic.
it was very schizophrenic.
yeah, actually, if you're watching this on YouTube, which
probably
are,
Yeah.
open a new tab with our channel and just keep scrolling through our videos until you reach the end, and just open up a few of those, and it's pretty crazy, especially the view counts. Some of those never cracked 1,000.
A better way to do it would be go to the videos tab and sort by oldest to newest.
I didn't know you could do that.
There you go.
Thanks. YouTube certified Shibby right here.
Well, for a while it was only newest to oldest. I didn't know you could do oldest to
I'm
newest.
fairly sure you can.
Oh shit.
I think there's that. No, there's that in most popular. But this is boring.
Listen, you guys have
The
really...
thing is I think what everyone wants to know is when you hit a wall, what do you do? And the thing is to just push through and try something.
There's always
If we
something to
haven't-
talk about.
If we hadn't, there was all of those shows that we're talking about now: News Dump, Weekly Weird, Tech Tuesday, and now the gaming show that I'm going to cancel. All of those, all of those were risks. We were like, we're going to do this, and if you hate it, we'll just not do it. So
Right.
just do something.
Right.
Like the first step to any kind of success is just doing anything. Like if you constantly say to yourself, this isn't going to work, of course it's not going to work because you're not fucking trying it.
Yeah, I mean, even with this show, it was like behind the scenes for a while, it was just like, you guys aren't making enough content, and it was like, I don't know how to fill up all this time. It was like, okay, well, Inside Gaming has a Q&A sort of show, like, why don't we try
Try that,
something
yeah.
like that doesn't rip them off, and that was always a big
And then it
struggle.
evolved into this big old monster that we're on right now.
Yeah, but
getting
it
all these
also-
celebrities on, like Craig Robinson and whoever these
and
guys
Hundar,
are.
yeah. So yeah, when you put your mind to it, you can fill up as much time as you want.
When you,
But don't burn yourself out because it's really painful. That's what we did over Christmas.
And you guys are like, you have ownership over the space too. Like you're knowledgeable and you understand your viewers and you listen to what they want. It goes a long way. It's easy to be like, oh, just do whatever and just whatever,
Yeah.
which lots of people do and fail at hideously. But like if you're actually listening and paying attention and engaging, then it's like it's a whole other thing. You can predict.
I think
things
that's the problem
accurately.
when people on YouTube or brands or whatever get these big celebrities to do YouTube stuff. And it's like they're never even gonna watch their own video. Like like they have no rapport with the community. Like why are people going to attach themselves to this and get stoked about it? And whereas like all of us are on our comments every day, all of us are on our Twitters every day. Like and absolutely not saying we're celebrities by any means, but we care about what the community thinks because
You'll
they are
respond to
the
a
people.
tweet.
They are the people that are watching the show, and if they didn't exist, we wouldn't exist. So that's the.
Yeah, anyone that tweets me, I always reply. It's not like, oh, you're too big for your britches. Like, no, never.
I mean, even going back to those early Realm days, it was like no one could say anything to me here about like telling people to like fuck off and die because like I was still engaging with the people that were supportive and being like don't and I would, stand up for other people and shit too. So it's like whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool.
Going deep here.
Grand Death Auto asks, do you guys like dank memes? I know you do because you post them on your fucking Facebook all day.
Oh man, at Realm we love these.
Love them.
I am also a fan of dank memes.
So there's this. I'll get into a whole fucking thing about this guy. There's this guy called the Fat Jewish on Instagram and on Twitter.
Steals dank memes.
He has built an empire off of stealing content from Tumblr, Reddit, and whatever other source, 9gag. If you're a moron, if a moron that goes to 9gag. So this guy's built an empire off of just stealing other people's content, and he gets paid like I've heard upwards of like $20,000 for one tweet for a branded tweet.
What?
And So I made an account to combat that. I've got 80 followers so far, constantly growing. Go follow it on Instagram. It's Danker Memes. Wait, is it Danker Meme? It's Danker Memes.
How
I'm
are you
pretty sure.
combating that? It sounds like you're just playing the
I'm
same
doing the
game.
exact same thing.
Okay.
So
I just fucking hate that guy so much.
How many thousands of dollars have you gotten?
0,000. I've actually it actually cost me money to do it.
Okay. Just go to reddit.com/r/me_IRL.
And then you can get all your dankest
All your
memes
dankest
there.
memes.
That and honestly, if you look at that guy's account, it's literally all coming from r/funny or r/WTF, or a lot of it comes from Tumblr. A lot of it is just pictures of people's quotes from Tumblr, and it gets like 500,000 likes, and it's just.
And he goes on Twitter.
Takes screenshots of
trending
tweets.
Takes screenshots of tweets, and then cuts off the top so you can't see the name of the person who tweeted it originally. Yeah. And then posts that as a picture on Instagram, and it's like, hey, check out this joke.
Personally, I really enjoy the montage parody subreddit.
Oh yeah, those are the best memes.
Shout out.
I'd probably say my favorite meme is probably the hit markers on anything. Just
We put them on their episode
either
yesterday.
walking or So
The markers are always fun.
Yeah,
And air horns.
Yeah, those montage parodies.
Tony
are the
Wright, for sure. Shout out.
Snipe bars.
Groove Shark, Snipe Bars. Whoever did Weed Tales.
And
All-time
also, what was the other ones? I'm completely blanking right now.
I just found a fun subreddit. It's not really memes, but Hutch tweeted it out. It was our live stream fails.
Great.
And the world needed this for a while. It's just
That sounds delightful.
people throwing up during live streams.
Wow.
Just saying really stupid shit during live streams.
I remember what I was going to say.
Great.
YouTube poops.
Oh yeah,
They're
yeah.
great. They're not
It's
as
the king of the hill.
They're not as crazy as they are, or they're not as popular as they were. But yeah, you can go on and find like some of the best like king of the hill YouTube poops and all this stuff. So I like those a lot. Yes, we like memes. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I love memes. I hate people who. There you go. I hate people who steal them and claim them as either their own or use them to profit.
Well,
off
they're
of.
meant to be spread around, but yeah, when you
take credit
make
for
money
it-
off of other people's shit, that ain't.
It's really frustrating when I see a very popular tweet that's really funny, and then 20 minutes later, someone that I know has tweeted the exact thing without quoting someone on it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude, come on, you're a fucking
Imaginary internet points.
yeah.
Run a lot of people's lives.
Speaking of imaginary internet points, if you could go ahead and like, favorite, and subscribe to this video,
Boom.
Yeah, it really helps us out.
really helps us.
I'd say to end this conversation or question, montage parodies, I like them when they're very self-aware
Yes.
and they're just so over the top that it's not like satire. It's just
Yeah.
like we know this is absolutely
There
retarded.
was a
Yeah.
band music video that came out this week that was just a montage parody, and I was like, all right, like yeah, I can see that you're kind of like. Maybe you're a huge fan of this, so you wanted to do something fun, but like, oh man, when it gets commercialized, it just kind of like ruins everything. So speaking of which, we're gonna take a break for our sponsor, and
All right, guys, we got another sponsor for you. It's Loot Crate.
Woo!
It's a monthly subscription box service for epic, geek, and gamer items.
you hear all that
Pop culture
jumping
gear.
around in there? For less than $20 a month, you get 6 to 8 items that include licensed gear, apparel, collectibles, unique one-of-a-kind items, and more.
You have until the 19th of each month at 9 p.m. Pacific to subscribe and receive this month's crate, or that month's crate, whenever you decide to do it. And then when the cutoff happens, that's it. The box is gone.
So make sure to head to lootcrate.com/ETC and enter code ETC to save $3 on any new subscription. Now back to the podcast with our good friends, Shibby and Brett.
We've kind of been through everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's the? Do you have any questions for us? Or
Yeah.
let me ask you
this
guys
is
a
your
question.
chance to
Let's
ask
talk
us
about
anything.
Let's ask about AFK. Are you excited for AFK?
Are we recording?
Yeah,
Is
we're
this real
recording.
life?
We're recording. What do you think about it? Like, I'm stoked to be doing it with you guys because I heard the main thing on.
We're not allowed to even talk about it though, right?
We're not allowed to say like specifics. I don't
It's
think because
happening.
it's going
It's
to be a
gonna be
surprise.
cold.
But I think like what like Adam and Bruce said is when you're there, like become friends with whoever you're shooting with,
Right.
Because that's going to be the easiest way to film. Like they filmed with Louis Calibre and sorry, I'm spacing on the other guy's name, but they
I think
said
Syndicate and T-Mart.
yeah,
were
they did it.
on
They
those.
did one, but they said as soon as they had a rapport with those people, like had built a friendship.
The enemy
Yeah.
team. you're
And-
saying.
Yeah,
I think
the enemy
Jerome-
team.
Jerome was
It
on that
becomes easier to work with them, and
Right.
you're not like, it's more natural and stuff like that. And we already have that with you guys, so I think that this season's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah, for
Except for the
exa-
fact that you guys are in peak physical form,
No.
and me and Elliot are probably our doctors would maybe say that we're 10 years older than our actual age.
Also, both of you guys were literally like birthed into a pile of snow.
Yeah.
Whereas like he's from Florida and I'm from Southern California.
Without giving too much away, we are going to Boston to film it, so it's going to be very
Fucking
cold.
freezing. I looked at the forecast.
There's going to be an outdoor activity, possibly some driving.
Yeah.
Maybe a gaming activity.
They bought us coats, new coats, just for this.
Yeah, they're
That's
very
how
nice.
cold it's
We're,
going to
we're
be.
maroon. You guys are
Blue.
Yeah, you guys are Seminoles colors, and we're Gators colors. If you're talking about Florida teams, and just yesterday on YouTube, I watched a guy from Florida State, the Seminoles, vaporize human semen and
Yeah.
blow smoke rings.
And you
So enjoy being
downloaded
on that
it right
team.
before they took it down.
Yeah,
too.
I got a copy of it.
That is disgusting.
Not sorry, I missed that.
But yeah, back to your topic. I would say that I do like having this with you guys and Brett instead of, for example, not that I dislike Toby Turner or anything, but I don't think I'd be able to riff with him quite that I can with
Yeah.
you guys or joke and have fun or
Your
you
voice
know,
is definitely at a much lower volume than this.
if we were going to, create some drama or whatever, or like, talk shit about each other, we could do that jokingly and like.
The only drama is going to be you guys at like conquering whatever sport we're doing and watching us struggle the rest of the way. Even if it's like a boat race, it's a motorized sport. You'd be at the dock, just like, what the fuck are they doing? They're driving around in circles. It's gonna be like the physical part of this is gonna be heavily
Right.
unbalanced.
These guys are sandbagging so hard. They're just,
I know,
this
they're
is the strategy.
The
here.
underdogs like, oh,
Yeah.
you guys are just so much
Well,
better at
it's gonna
everything.
end up- it's gonna end
and then
up
when they
like,
shit on us,
get
we
the
look like
dicks out of your
total
mouth.
pieces of
It's,
shit.
it's
like,
total
oh,
tortoise
wow.
in the hair. Like you guys are gonna be like so far ahead, and you're gonna stop and grab a beer or something, and me and Elliot are just gonna waddle by.
Well, I'm gonna pick up a bunch of these swole cakes. And,
It's
that's
working
right.
out now with a couple days in
I'm
advance.
gonna inject like NyQuil into them. So
You know
that
they
fall
don't
asleep.
drug test. We could technically take steroids.
I don't know if
Do
that
we
would
have
help.
access
What are
to
we
steroids?
doing?
Can we?
Performance
Okay,
enhancing
wait.
drugs.
Can I? Okay, so maybe
Brett, how
I'm
much
just
steroids
ignorant.
do you?
But how do you get steroids?
Yeah, mostly
How do
from Mexico.
People just like, how do you acquire
They're
drugs?
legal in Mexico.
Okay.
A lot of them are.
Can you tell me how to acquire drugs?
Brett, where do you get your steroids?
Listen, I
you
don't
go
get
down to
steroids
Mexico.
when I have the delicious, crisp taste of a swole cake.
Oh my
15
God,
grams.
they're not
of
even
protein.
paying us anything. Stop it.
I just want more swole cake. Also, I just ate a cupcake. We're gonna whatever it
Cupcake's
is.
full of protein and creatine.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything.
It's a swole cake.
We're gonna. Anything
So how
could
do you
happen.
get? If anyone out there knows how to get steroids,
Stop.
It'll be too late by the time
Bring
it
them
goes
to
up.
PAX. You can have them
Either
for the second half.
too late for AFK, too soon for getting swole later. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, find a huge guy at the gym who maybe is too big, and
He's
then
really
just kinda-
angry and is
He's got
yelling.
shits all
at-
over his
Excuse me, muscular man. Can I vape some of your jizz?
If not him, he might know a guy.
Oh God. Oh,
From my
fuck.
experience, at least.
I'm always so curious as how do people get their hands on things? Because I'm just like, man, like it must be working and stuff.
You know a
itself,
guy.
like, yeah, I guess
you
yeah,
know a
actually
lot. You
a
know
guy.
so many people from your life adventures. How do you not have an idea of how steroids might be acquired as compared to anything else that I could name right now?
I don't know. Like with weed, you just go buy it at the store.
Okay. And if I wanted shrooms,
You go to a guy, I guess.
okay. And if you wanted acid,
We start name dropping. You go to this
I don't know.
guy.
It's not, it's not the
numbers
70s,
right
it's not
here.
the 70s anymore. I don't know where to get acid.
I'm actually an undercover agent. I'm trying
Yeah.
to just slip up. Well, you go to Bill. He lives up in the. All right. It's not any different, I guess. Why would it be? It's just
I'm excited for AFK. PAX East.
Next
What are you
Yeah, PAX
excited
is
to
gonna
see?
be fun, too.
What are you excited to see at PAX?
Friends, YouTube people,
Yeah.
gaming
Does
companies.
you actually get excited Like, what does it take to get you excited at PAX nowadays? You've been how many times? 4?
Yeah, what could they possibly be like showing exclusives of?
If I could see Fallout 4.
No,
I don't think that's
If I could play Half-Life 3, I'd be pretty excited. That's not even a
They're
fair.
not going to show that. It would be saved for
Overwatch.
E3.
That'd
You
be
would
hype.
like some Overwatch.
Yeah.
It's a Blizzard.
Are they doing
team.
Are they doing an esports thing there this time? Are they going to do like a league, kind of, even if it's regional or something like
no,
that? Or
I think
prize
PAX
pool?
Prime is when League does.
Okay.
They get that concert hall for the LCS split.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about what gets you excited about gaming conferences anymore? Just the Twitch party? That's the only thing I'm going for.
I mean, look, hey. No,
Headhunter's
no
is
offense to
playing.
Ernie or whatever. It's like I don't even get excited about parties. I'm just like,
Who's Ernie?
Earnestly.
Oh, Earnestly. Okay, I know that. That's Fuzzy Otterballs, right?
No, it's
oh boy,
that's
you just lost your invite
Yeah.
to the Twitch party.
Yeah.
No, I'd rather go to a bar with like people I want to hang out with. To
That's
be
the
honest.
best part.
It's like
Is
more.
Garrettson going to be there?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh,
good,
boy,
good.
You know,
oh boy.
getting a street fight with Garrettson like we did last year at PAX East. And
Pat, the best thing about PAX is the parties.
and the skin codes.
What does that mean?
What?
in the league skin kits.
The codes. I think
Yeah.
it's like coats.
Swag. You might as well.
Skin coats.
What?
That's scary.
Playing the
Yeah.
skin flutes.
The parties are great. Yeah, I think so, like some of the best memories that didn't stay in my brain after the next morning are from the parties.
It's like you talk to the fans. It's cool. I love it. I like meeting people and having someone actually like in real life be like, oh, I watch your show versus it being.
I don't think that's I mean, we had one person I think at Comic-Con that came up and was like, "Hey,
You had one fan approach.
think
you?
so,
We
yeah.
had like, well, we were with Bruce.
Yeah, see?
I think those were Bruce
Where
fans.
are all of our fans located? Because like we'll do stuff in LA and like nobody lives in LA, and we'll go to like PAX and I'll get like maybe.
No, I got
10
someone
people.
said hi to me at Marshall's the other day, but he was like the manager of Marshall's.
Cool.
But he was very nice.
A guy operating a chairlift at Snow Summit in Big Bear was like, "Hey man, were you in Creepy Tex Theater?" It's like, yes, I was. Thanks
Yeah.
for watching.
You guys are
He's
on
watching
camera
right now, and he's like, "I don't sound like that."
This is like the life of a D-list celebrity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's like F list. There's no list that we're
very,
ever on.
very low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it like that.
But I like, I
Yeah, it's
appreciate
great.
it every time.
yeah.
It's my parents have no idea what I do still. So when I go home, there's no like, "Hey, so and so's kid wants to say hi," because there's no point in
Some
that.
of my best friends have no idea what I do still.
Yeah.
Like, they know vaguely that I work on the internet.
You can't just show them a video.
I don't,
It's one thing.
never,
if
it
you're
never
like-
comes up.
For the longest time, my mom's like, "So you make video games?" It's
My
like,
mom always says that.
No. My mom says I work on the internet. She doesn't really.
That's good.
It's close.
Yeah, she's real close.
Or work
Yeah.
for Google is
Yeah, yeah.
another common misconception.
Or on YouTube. On YouTube. Works on YouTube. How do they make money? We don't. So that's the big secret.
Likes and favorites.
Yeah, likes and favorites. That's
Yeah.
what pays the bills.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions for us?
What could we ask Ricky and Elliot? I just wanted to say you guys have done a great job. I think
Aw.
you've really come into your own. I think
Aw.
you've made the channel into your own, and I find it very watchable. Sometimes I'll just put on your long form content, just while I'm eating a meal, watch a couple ETC videos, fills up 20
Well, I
minutes.
think I
Shouldn't
guess
watch all of our
we can
shows with
finally
food.
we can finally say it now officially. We are moving to the Today Show officially in April. We're taking
So
over
long,
the Today
Katie
Show.
Couric, she hosts it, right?
No, she's not there anymore.
Oh.
I don't know who's there left. We're gonna be the new Hoda and Kathy Lee. We're gonna be doing the fourth
Who?
hour with a glass
Oh.
of wine
Yeah.
and talking about videos on the internet. So
What are these guys talking about?
I think now is a good time for us to say we are also going to Rooster Teeth,
Oh.
oh, good, yeah,
and I'm just gonna work under Joel's desk.
great,
I'm gonna have a little
You're
flashlight.
gonna suck his dick all day.
yeah.
Does it pay?
Sucking his dick for
Does
steroids.
it pay, Joel?
Sucking Joel's dick all day.
Listen,
Well,
Joel.
this kind of got off the rails.
His rooster
Yeah.
dick.
Rooster dick. Joel does it.
Oh, we should probably end the show now. I
Yeah.
mean, we could just keep talking.
Digging a hole. We can keep digging a hole for
talking
hours.
about
dig a
it.
hole.
Do we have any last great
No,
questions?
did we ask them a
all
question?
this
Did
is
we ask them
garbage.
anything? What do you
Yeah,
what do
you
you want
didn't
to
ask us anything.
I just sucked their dick for fucking 30
Yeah.
seconds. Forgot to ask their question. All right.
Ask us anything.
I'd say for me, what games are you guys currently playing?
Battlefield 4 and Warcraft.
Elliot, anything?
I'm between games right now.
Okay.
I really need to buy a next gen console because I don't have one.
Just steal one out of the respawn office.
I was thinking about
And then a follow-up, what are you guys looking forward to this year as far as games?
VR stuff.
Yeah, well, that's always cool. I would say immediately right around the corner, heists. And then
Yes,
what's
that-
coming out at E3? Is there anything like? Well, I guess none of that's going to be released anyway.
4 more Assassin's Creed games will be announced.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or 6 or
I don't.
10.
I don't. I. You know, I don't know. You know what I'm looking forward to? Eventually upgrading my PC so I can play real games on that again.
Yeah.
Because it's like 3 years old, and it lasted about a year before it started getting pretty slow on games that were coming out. So I'm looking forward to upgrading my PC so I can actually play like GTA on PC.
And like I mentioned earlier, if Fallout 4 or Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront are coming out this
Battlefront
year,
comes out December, I thought.
if it does, if it doesn't get delayed, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Just because
Fallout 4 will
the
not
more
come out this year.
futuristic Battlefield.
Mark my words, Fallout 4 will not come out this year. That doesn't mean it won't be announced. It will not be released this year.
Yeah, I probably agree with that.
I'll take it the other way. As someone who used to do celebrity interviews on ETC, I want us to share our most embarrassing celebrity interview moment.
Craig Robinson, 2 weeks. No, I'm kidding. I did get some comments that said that I looked nervous, which I agree with. Like I was
nervous as fuck interviewing Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
That came out great though.
First, it
did
came
not
out
fuck up.
good. I had to. I removed a lot of awkward pauses on my part in post production.
That's always the
definitely
secret.
like helped the rhythm quite a bit. But like my hands were fucking shaking. Like I was visibly like terrified. But I think I played it off okay. But that was like intense.
I think mine was and it was just because it was my first with the company. It was Mike Shinoda of Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Because I was interviewing him about a video game, and I hadn't listened to Linkin Park in years. So it was just like I had to like cram like the day before, like what's Mike Shinoda been up to? And then it was like, well, none of that matters because I'm asking him about a bunch of like, what was it, Medal of Honor warfighter or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, I was the last interview of the day, so I'm sure that he was just like,
I wanna get out of
tired,
here,
I want to go home. And it went fine. It was just that I was more nervous than I should have been. But like, it's all kind of like that. It never really changes, at least for me. Like I had to do, what's his name from Dracula Untold, Luke Evans.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought that was the first time where I had to sit one-on-one with a celebrity or whatever, and I felt cool, calm, and collected because he was so nice and warm and
All you really
such a
have to
great
do
interview.
is not fuck up giving them something to talk about.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
So like you can almost overanalyze it. Well, you can't overanalyze it. People do it every fucking day.
Yeah.
And still put it up on the internet for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just being like, hey, I know what you do. I'm not just here because I was sent here. Talk about this. Boom.
Yeah.
I always like interviews with just weird questions, not just run of the mill. Just what are you working on, something like that.
Yeah, but those are
some
also
people are
like,
good at that.
Some
Some
people are
people
good at
are
that,
not.
but yeah,
get a little
it's you don't want to
gimmicky,
get I feel like you don't want to get the person too thrown off to where the rest of the maybe save that for last or something like that. But it's just like the way I look at it is like we're here to get some sound bites and stuff like that, make you happy, make us.
I'm trying to get a headline, baby.
I'm not trying to get that. I'm trying to respect your craft
So
and ask you
Israel
serious
or
questions.
Palestine?
Yeah.
Which is it, Dwayne Johnson?
Exactly. I don't know. It's fine. The best, so like the weirdest celebrity interaction is I went to go see Arnold Schwarzenegger's movie like 2 years ago, and we got to go to the after party, and of course he's there. So I'm like, the biggest dream in
Where do
my
you
life.
get your steroids from?
No. The biggest dream of my life at this point was like, man, if I can shake Arnold Schwarzenegger's hand, my dad will know that I finally made it. Because we used to watch Terminator 2 like over and over and over again. Like, and I was just like, okay. So I'm like, I literally like hover around this guy's fucking table for like, I swear to God, over an hour. And Bruce is there with me, and he's just like, I'm like, no, he's gonna shake my hand. And then I asked the person from the movie company or whatever, and I was like, hey, can I just say hi really quick? And she's like, he's having a good time. Why don't we just let him, do his thing? And I'm like, oh, of course. And so finally, like an hour passes, and I'm like, okay, here's my chance. He's getting up and he's getting ready to leave. I'm
Make
like,
a break.
This is my chance. Here I go. I'm gonna shake Arnold Schwarzenegger's hand. And he gets up and he walks by me, and I go, Arnold! And I put my hand out like, you can't miss it. And he looks at my hand, and he looks up at me, and then he just turns and keeps walking.
Oh, no.
Like he fully acknowledged my existence. He fully acknowledged that I was there.
And opted
I
out.
really wanted a handshake, and in his mind went, no.
Wrecked.
No, I'm good.
So now I can't look at celebrities anymore.
Well, I can't quite follow up these interview stories, but my only 2 interviews was, my first one was Dean Hall, Rocket from DayZ, the developer.
Yeah.
Back when everyone was playing DayZ. We did a live stream here at the office.
Oh, I remember that.
And I didn't really have any questions prepared. Just kind of talking was kind of awkward over Skype. You can't really riff that well and come together. And then also, everyone knows DayZ when it first came out and modded. It was really well known for getting hacked, and your character gets teleported, and someone will come to you. So that was happening the whole time because we did not hide the character's name or anything like you're supposed to. So the gameplay I'm watching and talking about, the character's getting teleported around this hack city, and then I'm also talking to him while he's watching, and just like, oh, so this guy is completely fucking up your game, and just like, what are you doing about hackers and combating this? And it was terrible.
That's pretty awkward.
Yeah. Then the second one was Vainglory, where I was interviewing the developers, and
Oh, you did good.
it was hard because it was just like, oh, so you're in an interview and just I don't have questions prepared or like, so what was the best thing about the project? Like, I don't know, I'm not good at that.
You do game interviews
I think-
long enough, you can just go on autopilot.
Yeah.
The
The best one is like, and it happens to everyone. Like, I think Bruce is fucking amazing on all forms of media. But there's that interview where he just like rambled a question that made no sense by the end of it. And luckily, like the person on the other end was just like, I'm gonna patch this up and give you an answer.
Yeah.
But I can't remember where the exact.
Was that like
It's
an
like when you-
E3?
It was the Titanfall interview, and
Yeah.
he was talking to the blonde girl from Respawn. And it's just one of those things where like you start a question, and you lose the thread, and then you're just trying to chase it down. You just follow it and you follow it, and that's like a perfect example of like those moments. Like fuck.
But I think what I was saying with the Craig Robinson thing, and we've had some guests before the podcast, but we had some guests like on live streams and stuff like that, where it's kind of like almost energy matching, and it seems a lot more awkward than it is when they have really low, like, not that they are low energy people, but they're very calm and cool and collected, and maybe that's their kind of like style is like, I'm all laid back and cool, and it's hard to actually interview someone with any kind of energy of your own when they're kind of like more chill.
Because then it just looks like you're yelling at them.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
and it's like it was like with the Craig Robinson thing. It's like he is a very calm, cool, collected guy. So it's not we're gonna be like, hey, tell us about Hot Some Time Machine. Yeah, it's crazy.
Hilarious.
And then he's just like, all right, guys. Yeah. So it's kind of a lot of matching energy too, and I think a lot of it comes off the wrong way sometimes online when two people are just sitting calmly and having a conversation because people are so used to on YouTube. Fucking bouncing off the walls. So
Just gotta add hit markers
yeah.
and an air horn.
Oh, wait. Nicest person I ever interviewed? Ryan Gosling. Went out of his way to be a totally nice guy, chill guy. We talked about a bunch of stuff before I even started. It's just great. Person who gave least amount of fucks about being on a press junket and had no problem letting everyone know. Emma Stone. Totally just like over it, did not care.
Wow.
Total Babetron.
Hated me. Person who made me do what Bruce did. Interviewing Elijah Wood at Comic-Con, tired. I look into his little fucking elf eyes and his little fucking
actually a
hobbit
hobbit?
face. No, it's just in
He's
real
actually a
life.
DJ, guys.
He's some kind of like it's like interviewing a unicorn or something. He was like, yes. And his little blue eyes, and I just like forgot what I was saying, and then rambled through some question, and then I was like, what? I was interviewing about like Willard or whatever. And then I lost it. And then I saw a concern slowly grow on his face, but as if he didn't realize he was the source of the thing breaking my mind. And I wasn't nervous about him. He just like
Take
I don't
some of
know.
these
It was
pills,
like,
friend.
It was
They're
like
magical.
it was like Frodo. It was like I was like
Yeah.
your butt. What is the? And I just somehow got through it. But he broke me. It was weird.
Yeah.
So
I'd say nicest is by far Tom Kenny.
Yeah,
Tom Kenny was
very
great.
nice, man.
I don't have a worst yet.
you guys got to start
Maybe
going back to
Comic-Con
those
this
press
year.
junkets just every
That's
time.
why we
there's
don't
a-
do press junkets. Like we think they're boring. The people that are there to promote think
But
they're
you get
boring.
to meet everybody.
That's why we specifically do stuff where they'll if there's an activity around it, like the Romania thing, or
Yeah.
even in LA, if there's an activity around it that is cool for us to show people watching, that's when we do it. But going into a hotel, like a banquet hall at a hotel room with a tarp around
All right, you got
one
3
person,
minutes, go.
yeah, it's just not interesting to us, and it's not, and it's proven to not be interesting to anyone on YouTube.
Yeah.
So,
Well, there's people that do like the really high like remember they had like Honey Boo Boo like excerpts read by Christopher Walken. Like every now and again someone will
yeah,
nail,
someone find a
will
creative
nail
way to do
concept,
it. Yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's
But generally speaking, yeah, who gives a shit?
yeah.
It's like-
I'd rather have them come in and do a podcast, and that's what
Yeah.
we've been pitching. So, and we've gotten some big people so far, and hopefully we continue to do that because I love long form more than that. I love being able to actually get into the information with people instead of just getting a sound bite and walking out.
It's like this. It took us like 45 minutes until we said anything interesting.
Yeah,
you know,
there
you
we
gotta
go.
just take some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a show idea. Instead of celebrities reading hate tweets, how about YouTubers?
Canceled. They already did that. Coca-Cola did that, and I made fun of people for doing it. And then they were like, "It's not the same thing." And I was like, "It's exactly the same thing."
Oh, really?
You just took YouTubers that Coca-Cola did it. Okay, they did it, and it wasn't good. Anyways,
Who are you talking to?
someone out there, yeah. So let's wrap this up. As of right now, as this is airing, AFK is wrapped. We've won.
Yeah.
PAX is
There
coming
you
to
go.
an end.
There's that,
PAX is
there's that
winding down.
hubris. There's that pride. I knew it.
PAX is winding down, and
Sandbagging.
let's talk about stuff that you guys want to pitch. What do you have coming up on the channel? And if you want to give your Twitter names and all that
Well,
stuff.
since PAX is done right now, Half-Life 3, of course.
Okay, great. Yeah. Twitter handles and what to watch on your channel.
At Hungry Hundar for the best of weird Twitter.
And
Dank
retweets
memes.
of,
And that's what my weird Twitter. I just retweet weird Twitter.
Say Shibby2142 for the best WoW selfies.
Great.
I'm kidding. But seriously.
eDewberry at Twitter.
But everyone knows already. If they're watching this, they know what
You were looking at me like I needed to tell my Twitter.
What should they check out on the channel? If someone hasn't watched Realm before, what do they dive into
Don't
first?
bother.
Okay, guys.
Probably.
That's exactly what
Just hit the
Maddox said.
subscribe button and just put all the playlists on play.
Just
go.
send us the money. Probably would be good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time soon. We'll see you guys soon.
Yeah.
We'll probably record another one with you guys at PAX unless we
Cool.
find someone more interesting.
Now one, the odds of that are highly likely.
No.
Yeah.
But two, let's do it. I'm very excited.
Yep, great.
Right.
Awesome.
Cool.
See you guys. Hey guys, thanks for watching the podcast. If you're enjoying this podcast, you can help keep it going by completing this short anonymous survey.
Yeah, it'll only take a few minutes, and your answers will help match our show with advertisers that best fit the sensibilities of our podcast, and most importantly, its listeners. You people.
Listeners who complete the survey will be entered into an ongoing monthly raffle to win a $100 Amazon gift card.
That's a Benjamin, baby. We will not share or sell your email address, and we won't send you an email unless you win. Please go to podsurvey.com/ask. That's the letter A, the letter S, the letter K. That's podsurvey.com/ask to take our survey and get a chance to win $100 to Amazon.
Woo! Thanks guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.